Patil, working as an assistant professor physics in Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde College, Srigonda, Ahmednagar. Today we are going to start. During our last lecture, we have seen related properties related to diamagnetic materials. What are diamagnetic materials and what are the properties of diamagnetic materials? One of the example of the diamagnetic material is type 1 superconductors, and in today's lecture we are going to see what are superconductors, what is superconductivity, what are the properties of superconductors that we are going to see in our future lectures. So today we will try to see what are the superconductors and what is the phenomena of superconductivity. So let's start our today's point, that is superconductors or superconductivity. We know that on the basis of electrical conductance, we have classified various materials into metals or the conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. Conductors are the materials whose conductivity range is very high. Then semiconductors are the materials whose conductivity lies in between conductors and insulators. And in case of insulators, band gap energy is very much high and hence they will not conduct electricity at room temperature. There is one special branch of the materials which is known as superconductors. Superconductors are the materials whose electrical resistance is zero at a particular temperature, and as their electrical resistance is zero, it means that they show infinite conductivity. Therefore, the superconductors are the materials whose conductivity value is infinite at particular temperature called as transition temperature, and all these materials whose conductivity is infinite or resistance is zero, these materials are called as superconductors. So in case of superconductors, R is equal to 0 at particular temperature, T is equal to Tc, that is critical temperature, or T is equal to or less than Tc. Then we will see interesting theory related to superconductivity. H. Kamerlingh Ohms. In 1908, H. Kamerlingh Ohms he is the scientist who want to liquefy the helium, and he has liquefied the helium and found out its temperature as 415 Kelvin. So He means helium. H. Kamerlingh Ohms is the scientist who want to liquefy the helium, and he has liquefied the helium and found out that temperature, and that temperature is very low in the Kelvin range, and its temperature is 4.15 K. Now the same scientist want to study the behavior of the conductors at such a low temperature. He want to study the behavior of the conductors at a such low temperature, and hence he had taken the mercury he has taken mercury and Hg, and he wished to find its behavior at such a low temperature of the liquefied helium. and what he did, he started to reduce the temperature of this mercury. Then there were two theories. At that time there were two theories. First theory was that if the conductor, in case of conductor, theory first, in case of conductor, as we reduce the temperature of the material, or as we go on reducing the temperature of material, its resistance should increase. Its resistance should increase. And why its resistance should increase? In first theory, its resistance should increase. Why resistance should increase? Because as we lower the temperature, we know that conduction is due to the motion of electrons. And as we reduce the temperature towards 0 Kelvin, then what will happen? The number of free electrons which are available for conduction will get reduced, because there will be condensation of the atom at such a low temperature, and therefore there will not be any flow of current, and because of that resistance value will increase. This is one theory which is proposed by other scientists at that time. Then there is another theory. There is another theory, and according to this theory, as we lower the temperature of the conductor, as we lower the temperature of conductor, the resistance of the conductor should decrease. Why is it so? As we reduce the temperature of conductor, the resistance of the conductor should decrease according to another theory, because at the low temperature we know that resistance is nothing but it is due to the thermal vibration. Thermal vibrations in electron motion, or thermal vibrations of electron motion causes resistance, and hence at room temperature the resistance value is more as compared to the lower temperature, because the thermal vibrations will get reduced as we lower the temperature. Therefore, according to this theory, resistance should decrease, and according to this theory, resistance should increase. But what was the observation of Kamerlingh-Onnes? So Kamerlingh-Onnes, in case of mercury, when he lowered the temperature of mercury to the temperature of liquefied helium, he observed that as he reduced the temperature, then resistance in ohm, resistance of the mercury also starts to reduce. But at particular temperature, the resistance value suddenly drops to 0. This is 0 value. Therefore, at particular temperature, this is called as TC, critical temperature, resistance of the mercury becomes 0. And this particular temperature in case of mercury is found out as, here it is 4.2. Liquefied helium has a temperature of 4.2 and mercury is 4.15. It is mentioned here 4.15. Therefore, at 4.15 Kelvin, the resistance of the mercury becomes 0. Resistance of mercury becomes 0 as 4.15 Kelvin, and this temperature is called as critical temperature. It means that at this temperature mercury will have conductivity value as infinity, and this is the anomalous behavior of the mercury at very low temperature, about 0 Kelvin, and hence this is the different scenario as compared to theory number 1 and theory number 2, and hence this new phenomena is called as superconductivity. It means that the mercury has reached to another state of conduction and it is called as superconductivity. It means that resistance of the mercury decreases or becomes zero as critical temperature or at a lower temperature of 4.15 Kelvin, and this is called as phenomena of superconductivity. This phenomena of superconductivity is shown by various alloys, various metals. There are some oxides also which will show the phenomena of superconductivity. It means that any kind of material, whether it is a metal, conductor, insulator, they can show the phenomena of superconductivity when their temperature is lower to a critical temperature of it. And this is called as superconductivity, and the materials which will show the phenomena of superconductivity are called as superconductors. It means that in case of superconductors, their resistance becomes zero at a critical temperature or transition temperature, and these materials are called as superconductors. So what are superconductors? In case of superconductors, in case of superconductors, their resistance, the resistance of material becomes zero at critical temperature or transition temperature. And what is superconductivity? Superconductivity is nothing but the phenomena of conduction shown by the superconductors. And what is transition temperature? What is transition temperature, TC? The low temperature at which material will have zero resistance and attains superconducting nature. So this is called as transition temperature. Transition temperature is very much important. Just now I have explained you that the phenomena of superconductivity is invented by H. Kamerlingh Onnes, and he want to study few of the materials or substances at very low temperature, at the temperature of liquid helium, which is 4.2 Kelvin. Then he observed that the theory at that time which were proposed and the observations which he has acquired are very different, and it means that he has got some extraordinary or anomalous results, and he observed that in case of mercury the resistance of the material suddenly drops to zero at a particular temperature of 4.15 K, and this temperature is called as transition temperature. At that temperature he measured the resistance of the substance and it was zero, and hence conductivity is infinite, and this state is called as superconducting state, and the material like Hg are called as superconductors. And superconducting transition temperature is the temperature at which the mercury resistance becomes 0, or any other material, superconducting material, um, at which its resistance becomes 0 is called as transition temperature. So here are few of the elements and their respective transition temperature value. So if you observe, tungsten is the material whose critical temperature is 0.01 Kelvin. Then titanium, it is 0.4 Kelvin, cadmium 0.56 Kelvin, mercury 4.15 Kelvin, niobium 9.46 Kelvin. All these ranges are not in Celsius but they are in Kelvin. It means that it is very low temperature, below our 0 degrees Celsius, and minus 270, near about minus 273 degree Celsius. Then the compounds such as NiBi, NBTi, then ceramic oxides, they also show the phenomena of superconductivity. As we look into this picture or the table, you will observe that here the value is 0.1. Here the value is 9.46. Here the value is 98. It means that now scientists have tried to use these superconductors because the resistance of this material is 0. Therefore, power dissipated is very low or almost negligible, and hence these are very much important in future technology. But when we can apply these materials, if we get the superconducting phenomena at room temperature or at about room temperature. So that's why the scientists are trying to get, they reach the value of the uh, superconducting nature, or the to obtain the superconducting nature of various materials at about room temperature, and hence they are struggling a lot to increase this temperature, that is critical temperature. Now at in case of TLBA CiCuO, TLBA TLBA CuO, thallium based superconductors, Bi BiCu, Bi means bismuth based and copper based superconductors. These are the oxide superconductors and their resistance value is very high, and they are showing somewhat increase in their superconducting transition temperature. So this is all about what is superconductivity, what are superconductors, what is the importance of critical temperature or transition temperature, how scientists are struggling to get a superconducting material which will show superconducting nature at about room temperature. And hence, uh, during our next lecture, we will try to see what is the persistent current, then what are the properties of superconductors and the remaining content related to superconductivity. Thank you.